An HR manager dies. One day while walking down the street, a highly successful human resources manager was tragically hit by a bus and she died. Her soul arrived up in heaven where she was met at the Pearly Gates by Street Peter himself. "Welcome to heaven," said Street Peter. "Before you get settled in though, it seems we have a problem. You see, strangely enough, we've never once had a human resources manager make it this far and we're not really sure what to do with you." "No problem, just let me in," said the woman. "Well, I'd like to, but I have higher orders. What we're going to do is let you have a day in hell and a day in heaven, and then you can choose whichever one you want to spend an eternity in." "Actually, I think I've made up my mind. I prefer to stay in heaven," said the woman. "Sorry, we have rules." And with that, Street Peter put the executive in an elevator and it went down to hell. The doors opened and she found herself stepping out onto the putting green of a beautiful golf course. In the distance was a country club and standing in front of her were all her friends, fellow executives that she had worked with, and they were well dressed in evening gowns and cheering for her. They ran up and kissed her on both cheeks and they talked about old times. They played an excellent round of golf and at night went to the country club where she enjoyed an excellent steak and lobster dinner. She met the devil, who was actually a really nice guy, kind of cute, and she had a great time telling jokes and dancing. She was having such a good time that before she knew it, it was time to leave. Everybody shook her hand and waved goodbye as she got on the elevator. The elevator went up and opened back up at the Pearly Gates and found Street Peter waiting for her. "Now it's time to spend a day in heaven," he said. So she spent the next 24 hours lounging around on clouds and playing the harp and singing. She had great time, and before she knew it her 24 hours were up and Street Peter came and got her. "So, you've spent a day in hell and you've spent a day in heaven. Now you must choose your eternity." The woman paused for a second and then replied, "Well, I never thought I'd say this. I mean, heaven has been really great and all, but I think I had a better time in hell." So Street Peter escorted her to the elevator and again she went down back to hell. When the doors of the elevator opened, she found herself standing in a desolate wasteland covered in garbage and filth. She saw her friends were dressed in rags and were picking up the garbage and putting it in sacks. The devil came up to her and put his arm around her. "I don't understand," stammered the woman. "Yesterday I was here and there was a golf course and a country club and we ate lobster and we danced and had a great time. Now all there is a wasteland of garbage and all my friends look miserable." The devil looked at her, smiled and said, "Yesterday we were recruiting you, today you're an employee. What do Michael Jackson and USA have in common? They both desperately wanted to be white, and the last great thing they did was a moonwalk." So, this is a very famous joke from my country. I hope to see the response. A conference for who the best actor in the world was held. Actors from all around the world came to take part in the competition. There were many qualifier rounds, but then only 5 actors remained in the finals. The final contest was decided to be a manual cow milking competition. The rules were simple. The one to milk the most milk from their respective cows won the competition. The actors were from Nepal, the place where the joke is from; India, a neighboring country so it is used; USA, land of Chuck Norris; UK and China. They were each given a cow and 1 hour of allotted time to milk the cow. The competition started and then ended soon. Then the judges went on and checked how much they each milked. They went and checked UK's representative, Michael Caine. He only milked 10 liters of milk. Then they moved on to China's Jet Li. Using his martial arts technique, he milked an astonishing 20 liters of milk from the cow. Then Rajnakant, Indian counterpart of Chuck Norris, ask Indians, they'll tell, patted Lee on the back and showed them he had milked 25 liters. Chuck Norris was already laughing at them, for he had milked 30 liters of milk now. The judges moved on to Rajesh Hamil. He's the Nepalese counterpart to Chuck Norris. When they looked into his bucket, they were astounded. He had only milked 1 liter of milk. They declared Chuck to be the winner and later interviewed everyone. When it was Rajesh's turn, they asked why only 1 liter, to which he replied, "Those mfers gave me a bull. I walked down a street where the houses were numbered 64K, 128K, 256K, 512K and 1 megabyte. That was a trip down memory lane. My teacher asked me this morning, what was my view on lesbian relationships. Apparently, 4K Ultra HD was not the answer she was expecting. Please smash the like button, and subscribe to my channel.